So, one of the biggest things that perhaps gives students problems is how to find the distance between 2 points. So, for instance, I may have a point right here and then a point right here. And oftentimes you will see students try to count the distance between these 2 points right here. And every time students will get a wrong answer. But simply put, there's an easy way to find an answer, and that's by using the Pythagorean Theorem, which is essentially using that right triangle to find the distance between those 2 points. So whenever I see 2 points out there like that, I want to think about making a right triangle. And a lot of times, I want students to visualize things that they see every day. And think about most of the time when you're walking on floors in a school building, or most businesses. Most of the tiles are 12 by 12 inches, which is a foot. So a lot of times when I'm looking around, I see a floor, I think about a coordinate plane. So, how do we find the distance? Well, first thing is understanding how to plot points. So, a coordinate plane is a two-dimensional surface on which you can plot points, lines, and curves. When plotting on a coordinate plane, we always start at the origin, and is also represented by the numbers 0, 0. And here goes the origin right here. Okay? And this is also a key area that students have problems understanding. Is it's not just the distance between two various points, but it is also understanding how to plot them correctly on a coordinate plane. So, we start at the origin, which is also represented by the numbers 0, 0. When plotting on a coordinate plane, the x goes either left or right, or I like to say east or west. And when plotted on the coordinate plane, the y goes either up or down, north or south. And these are also depending on what type of value it is. If it's a negative y, we go down. If it's a positive y, we go up. If it's a negative x, we go to the left. If it's a negative, if it's a positive x, we go right. So let's take a look at this right here. We're going to plot these points right here. Remember, the x is telling me to go left or right, and the y is telling me to go up or down. So I started the origin. So it's telling me to go to the right 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then it's telling me to go up 1. So here goes one of my points. Now, look at this x. This x is telling me, hey, don't go left or right. Stay where you are, because it's 0. The y is telling me to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once again, the x is telling me don't go anywhere, but the y is telling me to go up 1. And simply put, I can connect my points. And obviously, you can come up with your answer by doing the Pythagorean Theorem. And we do that by counting the units. So if I'm trying to find that hypotenuse right here, which is C, I'm going to use this formula right here. C equals A squared plus B squared. So essentially, I count my units. I see this. My legs are 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my other leg is 1, 2, 3 units. And I put this all in the calculator, and I should come up with an answer of 5. So, on this one, I want you guys to pause the video, and I want you to essentially find the coordinates for all of these. Once you have found your answer, then I want you to press the play button again. But let's find these points. So I started the origin. I want to find Amarillo. So to get to that point, I need to go left 1, 2, 3, negative 3.5, and then I have to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is just an exercise so you can understand, hey, am I on the right track? To get the forward, I go 1, 2.5, and I go up 1, 2. So 2.5 and 2. Austin is, start the origin again, 1, 2.5, and I go down 1, negative 2. And Dallas is going to be 1, 2, 3.5, 1, 2.5. And this was just an exercise so you can understand if you got your coordinates correctly. All right. So now we want to find the distance between these 2 points. So once again, I want you guys to pause the video and plot your points, and then play it again. So I'm going to plot these points for you: negative 2 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I got negative 5 and negative 6. So negative 5, and I go down to negative 6. And I want to find the distance between these 2 points. Okay? So obviously I want to make a right triangle. Alright, so the formula you're going to use, I'm trying to find the hypotenuse, is C equals the square root of A squared plus B squared. And remember, we're going to count these units. So one of them I got 1, 2, 3. So I got 3 squared. Alright. Now I want to count the other units. So I count these units: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 squared. Okay? So essentially, when you put that into the calculator, you should get 10.44. Alright? So we see that the distance between these 2 points right here is going to be 10.44. Remember, I cannot count these numbers on that slanted line. I can't count the units on the slanted line. So that's why I have to do the Pythagorean theorem. So a couple of things I want you guys to remember. Hypotenuse, when we're trying to find it, we add. When I'm trying to find the leg, I subtract. And most importantly, when I use that formula for that, I always have to put that hypotenuse before. Okay? And then here goes your formula for when I'm trying to find the hypotenuse. Okay? And you just put it all in your calculator and you will find your answer very easily. And that is it when you're trying to find the distance between 2 points. Now, one thing I always want you guys to remember: what is the longest side? It is the hypotenuse. It's okay if you can't pronounce it just yet, but just know what it is. It's always the longest side. Thank you very much, guys.